and welcome to Enchanted by English, the show that takes you on a captivating journey through all things English wine. We are your hosts, Sarah Fake and Becky Glover, and we are also co-founders of Elizabeth Rose Wines, which is your go-to online English wine shop. Today, we are talking all things Nutbourne Vineyard, which we're very excited about. We went to visit them earlier this week. We met Olivia there, who talked to us about everything. That interview is already live on Spotify and YouTube if you want to catch up. But she's kindly sent us away with 3 wines to taste. So
exciting.
It's going to be a really interesting one because we've got 2 different vintages of the same wine, and then we've got the second vintage treated in a slightly different way. So we're going to be talking about how different vintages can affect the taste of wine, and also about how the treatment of the wine will affect the taste of the wine. So I'm very excited for that.
Me too.
But as ever, we'll kick things off with the English wine news.
Woo! What is going on in the world of English and Welsh wine?
Tell us, Becky.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you. Well, obviously this week we've been to Nutbourne, which was incredible.
It was gorgeous.
Stunning place, as a lot of these vineyards are. But they have a lodge there, which is all sort of inspired, like an African theme, isn't it? Inspired by where they used to live. Then they've got a windmill there, which you can go upstairs in, go out onto the balcony, and you just get stunning views. We did a rosé dosage trial whilst we were there, which was really interesting. We've never done that before. And then we obviously sat down with Olivia and spoke to her about Nutbourne and picked her brains on certain things. We really enjoyed that actually, and we would love to do some more on the road talks.
Yeah, definitely.
But otherwise, obviously that's a big deal. We're getting out. Otherwise, our local stockist, so it's a cafe deli near us that we have our wines in, has just had a huge restock. So I think we've got something like 15 different wines in there, all really different styles. There's red, white, sparkling rosé, lots of different flavours in there. So if you are local to us, have a little look, or if you're just having a travel around, at Elder Street Cafe and Deli, because you can go in there. They have loads of English wine by the glass on their wine list, so you can pair it with some delicious food, and then you can go to our little retail section, pick yourself up a bottle or 2, or apparently a lady in there the other day picked up 5 bottles.
Well done, you.
To take home and to try. So that's another thing we've been up to this week. And then also we've been preparing for a English Wine Week tasting. So English Wine Week is coming up. It's the 17th of June. And then you were saying that Welsh Wine Week is before that.
It is. Welsh Wine Week is the 2nd to the 11th, I think.
Yes.
So that's coming up. We've recently restocked our 2 best-selling Welsh wines, which are both red. Their Pinot Noir,
Wales.
I know, and their fortified wine, the
Yes.
1581. And if you haven't tried either of them, you absolutely must.
Oh, yes.
So do go online and buy those for Welsh Wine Week and do a nice toast to Welsh wine.
Yeah,
Welsh wine.
Definitely. And loads of people have things going on. They'll sort of be doing, Instagram lives, meet the winemaker type things. So keep your eye out for it, because that's going to be really interesting. We love English Wine Week, don't we?
We do
and Welsh
love English Wine Week. And we've not really solidified our plans for English Wine Week. We've just got our in-person tasting, which we're just getting really excited about at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what other people are planning and what we end up doing for it.
Yeah, and we are like on a bit of a tasting bug at the minute, aren't we?
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to do some private tastings, some virtual tastings, some pre-recorded tastings, we do it all. So it doesn't matter if you are, far away from us, or wanting to do it in a super flexible way. You can get some friends round, open up the bottles, have us on, playing in the background. You can pause us however you like. Wine tastings are really flexible. So it's a really fun thing to do. Especially when the weather's nice, you can go outside.
Absolutely,
Yes.
definitely.
And yes, I think that was all of my
Thank you.
wine news.
Thank you for contributing that.
You're welcome.
I was going to remind everyone that our sale is on until the end of the week, and then that's it for the spring sale. I feel like spring's over anyway, so it's about right.
Well,
that it
because
should
it's
be
summer.
finished.
Nice and warm.
Yes, well, I think we did pretty much skip spring weather, didn't we? We've just gone straight to summer.
Yeah.
Which is now, and now we're all hot.
I love it.
Which we should not complain about.
It's rosé all day.
It is the English way, isn't it?
Yeah. Stock up on the rosés because
yes,
it's rosé season.
And as ever, it's a wonderful excuse to visit your local vineyards. So do that. One that I spotted on social media this week actually as having a really fantastic option for visits is Tough and Hull, who are really local to us. If you have a private tour of 10 plus people, they put on these incredible grazing boards.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Looks unreal. I'm like, okay, I can get 10 people together. Surely I have 10 friends.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So look out for that. Tough and Hull. Halstead, Essex?
Would be the nearest place. It's like Cyril, Hedingham Castle, Hedingham.
That's it.
Yeah. Also on the theme of Tough and Hull, we've literally just taken a wine order in from them. I've not updated the website yet, unless you have. Nope. So
we should do that.
Keep your eye on the website because we're going to have all of the Bacchus, all of the rosé back in stock.
And those are two lovely wines.
Really good summery wines.
Yes, they are. Right, you can see I'm itching to get this open. So
definitely.
Let's do it. Okay, so to talk you through what we are tasting today, we've got 3 to get through. We're going to try not to get too pissed and just enjoy ourselves, educate you at the same time, and hopefully have a wonderful time. We have got the Sussex Reserve 2018. For those who are listening, it's in this gorgeous, long, slender bottle.
It's like a Riesling bottle, isn't it?
It's like a Riesling bottle, yes. It doesn't say what the varietals are, but it does on the Barrel Reserve, so I'm assuming they're the same.
Yeah, so they're, here we go, field blend.
Yes.
So it's old vine, Riesling style, German grape varietals with some Pinot Noir.
Yes.
So it's like your Reichensteiner.
So I think that it's Pinot Noir, Bacchus and Reichensteiner.
Yeah.
Yes. So good shout with the Reichensteiner.
So it's like, so this, from my understanding, the Sussex Reserve is like their signature wine. It's always created as like their sort of love affair with the grapes that grow there and the vines that grow there. It's brilliant with food, from what I remember. And it is this like really amazing wine that takes into account exactly how those grapes want to be grown and then created into a wine. So it's really like unique to Natbourne. We don't really see this sort of style that often, do we?
No, I agree. We don't really see this style very often. And one of the lovely things that we learned about how Natbourne do things when we visited the other day, if you haven't watched the previous episode 4, is that they like to, so they'll obviously have an idea of what they want to create, but then when it comes to actually making the wine, they try their best to let the wine guide them, if that makes any sense at all. I think it will make more sense as we go through this tasting and see how they treated the 2019 differently to the 2018. But yes, so they didn't make the Barrel Reserve, just to be clear, they did not make the Barrel Reserve in 2018. This is a new 2019 vintage.
Yeah, so we've got 2 Sussex Reserves, 2018 and 2019. So we're going to be tasting those back to back in like a vertical style so that we can see exactly the differences between those 2 vintages. And then we'll be tasting the Barrel Reserve, which is like an oaked version of the other 2. So it's really interesting to see.
Yes. And I think what will be interesting is to, let's have a taste.
Let's have a taste. I haven't tasted this one for a while.
And I know that we both love this wine. So we both love this wine, so I know it's going to be a really lovely.
Oh, yeah. It smells just like so fresh and crisp. It's like apples, like green
Okay.
apples.
So what I'm expecting to see difference-wise personally between the 2018 and 2019 is, so if we remember back to 2018, I know it was a long time ago, pre-COVID, whoa.
As if there was life before COVID.
As if there was life before COVID. It was, you know, an exceptional vintage for English wine across the country, especially down in Sussex. The summer was just gorgeous, wasn't it? It was sunny, it was warm. Bud burst was nice and early, so they had a long ripening period. So what we're expecting to get from this is quite ripe fruits.
Yeah.
Maybe more tropical than
I literally just smelled like lychee.
Orchard. Okay, yeah. Maybe more stone fruits than your more herby, green, less ripe flavors. So yeah, the benefits of having a wonderful growing season are that the wine should just create itself, if that makes sense. You know, your sugar levels should be optimal. You shouldn't really need to add much to it in terms of sweetness. It should have really nice round ripe fruit flavors. It normally should be like complex in itself, and it's called a Sussex Reserve as well because it's had some age. You know, we're 2023 now. It's had 5 years in bottle, so that's one of its characteristics as well. They like to let it sit and again mature a little and let the flavors integrate a bit. You've had a sip. Tell us what it's
I've
like.
had a sip. It's so juicy. It's like as I say, like lychee, that juicy sort of as you were saying, tropical. So it's still, it's fresh, it's fruity, but it's like biting into a juicy, ripe piece of fruit, you know, and then that acidity gives you all of this lovely sort of juicy vibe into your mouth as well.
Okay, I think we're going to need to do them side by side, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
So
I know
yummy,
exactly what you
isn't
mean.
It's like
it's really juicy.
I actually get a bit like pineapple-y, you know, like when you bite into a piece of pineapple,
fresh bit of pineapple,
and it goes like all super juicy.
I'm obsessed with it. It's delightful.
And just trying to sort of compare it back to something else that people would know.
Yum.
I definitely think it has that like Riesling Alsace
vibe. Do you know what I think? I think it's like if you were to, I mean, do not ever do this, but mix Riesling with a Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh my God, imagine.
I feel like this is what you would
get. It's got the Bacchus element, you're saying.
Yes, it does have the Bacchus element.
But it's not green grassy.
Not at all.
Bacchus.
Not
it's
at all.
just that like elderflowery, florally Bacchus, isn't it? So actually, obviously, when you think Riesling, for me, I think Riesling, I'm going to have this with a curry. It's just like automatic food pairing for me.
Yeah.
And I would 100% have this with a curry.
Yes.
Like some Thai food, you know, like
Thai especially.
Yeah.
Yes.
Went out for Thai on Friday.
Did you?
Some of the Thai food.
Very nice.
Ananta. Very delicious.
Oh, I've heard of it, yeah.
Soft shell crab, Thai green curry. Yeah, I know, right? Like perfect pairing with this.
Ooh, soft shell crab, you hit the nail on the head there. So another benefit of the long hot growing period in 2018 specifically is that the autumn was still nice.
Oh, it went on for ages, didn't it? It was like it was like from March to October.
Yeah. So here's what I'm saying: the bud burst would have been nice and early.
Yeah,
they got loads of sunshine during the summer, and then in autumn, when it's like harvest time, the benefit of it staying nice, because in autumn, when it comes to harvest time, you're sort of watching the weather. You know, you want to beat any bad weather, make sure the grapes aren't out there if it's going to get too cold or wet or hail, God forbid. So in 2018, it was lovely, which meant that they could pick and choose when they picked the grapes in each vineyard.
Yeah.
So you can look at a vineyard individually and go, this one can have a few more days. That one's ready to go. Pick it now, so you can pick them at the optimal time.
I was just going to say,
yes,
something that blew our mind when we were at Natborn.
Yes.
The old, because so the tasting card says on it,
yes,
combines old vine Riesling style German grape varietals, right?
Yeah.
So the old vines that we saw.
Oh, yes.
Can we just talk about that for a second?
Yes,
because
yes.
they were so different to anything else we'd seen.
They were gnarly.
They were really tall.
Yeah.
And they didn't, I'm trying to explain this in like a way people can picture it. Now you go to a vineyard and you get one sort of trunk of the vine coming up, and then you have sort of vines then going to the left and to the right, and they train them, and so they go out like that. These ones, they were taller, the trunk was taller, but then they didn't go left and right, they went outwards. So the trunk was in the middle, and then you had them coming out. And they were massive, weren't they?
They were thicker. So I think usually when they prune them right back to that trunk, whereas these obviously had more
like outwards
established arms. Yeah. And then I guess it grows off of there. I mean, I'd love to go back in a few months' time to see how
completely different
it looks when the grapes have grown.
I was like, wait, what is this? It looked like some sort of alien creature.
Yeah, and
it's so
sorry
strange.
for those who are listening only, but I'm just holding up the tasting card for the Sussex Reserve, which shows the gnarly bark trunk. I mean, it does look quite alien, the artwork here. And just a fun fact for you on the artwork on all of these wines, they're all done by Bridget Gladwin, who's like the mum of the Gladwin family. And she doesn't paint for the wines, she paints for joy. And then when they make a new wine, they go to her gallery and go to her collection, or I think Olivia said that they're generally in the family's homes. Yeah. And they'll see if they can find something that fits. So you pointed out on this one particularly that it was painted back in 98. Yeah. But it's of well, I presume it's of a Sussex Reserve vine.
Yeah.
So yes,
these smell different.
Do they?
Yeah. Oh! So the 2018, it's like fresh, fruity, tropical vibes.
Yeah.
So obviously like long, hot summer. Yeah. Like the vines are like, woohoo, we're in the Caribbean. 2019 wasn't as good of a summer, like weather-wise, was it? It wasn't that long, hot summer. It was a bit more cold, a bit more of a slow start, not so wall-to-wall sunshine.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
The bud burst was a bit delayed at the start of the growing season. It was generally cooler across the season. There was some rain during flowering, which affects the fruit, and probably led to lower yields.
I'm not getting as much tropical...
Yes. So
like fruity tooty vibe on this.
I would expect it to just be a bit lighter.
Colour's pretty similar, isn't it? I can't really see much difference.
I thought maybe
colour.
Slightly greener.
Yeah.
If anything.
But only because we're staring at it, I think.
Yeah, nothing noticeably different. Yeah, I'm expecting it to be lighter. I mean, I can smell already that, like you say,
it's not as much going on.
I'm feeling it's going to be a bit more green apple.
Yeah.
Maybe like lime.
Maybe even a bit grassier with the Bacchus.
Higher acidity with the cooler growing season. What did you just say? With the Bacchus.
Maybe it's going to be a bit greener, a bit grassier.
A bit greener, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe like just slightly less concentrated.
But I'm getting a little bit more perfumed, like floral on it.
Yeah.
Maybe though, because the tropical fruits aren't so prominent, it allows a bit of space for that other stuff to come out.
And also we have to remember that it's a blend of 3 different grape varieties.
That's so
they
true.
will have all reacted to the different growing season differently. And Bacchus typically is quite a hardy grape variety. It does pretty well regardless in our nice cool climate. It really loves it here, really. So the Pinot Noir might have suffered slightly.
But maybe the Bacchus.
But the Bacchus and probably the Reichensteiner may not have suffered quite so much. Yeah, so do you know what? I don't think that it really lacks in intensity in any way in comparison. It's just different, isn't it? Different vibe.
It's different, yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
So I'm guessing whilst you're drinking that, I'm getting much more lime. Lime juice, lime zest. It's fresher, it's zestier, a bit more green apple, but not really. It's more of the lime for me.
Do you know what's interesting about this?
Yeah.
I think that is a more approachable wine.
Do you think?
I think that
maybe.
I think it would be more of a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, whereas the
just because
tropical vibes, everyone's like, whoa, what is this?
Yes.
I'm not sure about this. This is
you know,
not
like
the norm.
Some people are a bit funny about Riesling, aren't they?
Yeah, that's so true, actually. And I've never quite understood that because I love it.
They are so different.
They're really different. They're like a completely different wine. Obviously, they are.
They are
wine,
like
you
a
know
completely
what I mean?
different wine. No, I do know.
This
exactly.
one as well. It's a bit drier, the 2019.
Yes, it definitely is.
The 2018 because it was like pineapple, lychee, melons,
juicy, like you say.
Yeah, there was that little bit more. This, I think, the 2018 is giving me more Riesling vibes.
Definitely.
The 2019 is giving me more
Bacchus
English
vibes.
Bacchus vibes. Yeah, and they're both really nice, but they're just both a very different wine.
I wouldn't necessarily choose the 19 for my Thai curry.
Oh no, that's
my
true.
soft shell crab. I would.
If we're going soft shell crab and chicken Thai green curry,
definitely want the 18.
I'd go 18. Also, okay, just sat drinking, having a chat.
19.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd still go 18.
Maybe
that's just because it's. Maybe I'm just preferring it. Yeah.
That could well be the case.
So
interesting.
So different.
Okay, so we've realised that some of the things that we assumed would be the case are the case.
But there's still a tropical aftertaste going on here. It's not upfront and
what are you getting?
Here I am. Like similar, so a little bit of pineapple just right on the end.
But you know, like when a pineapple's a bit sharper.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's no harm in
because I'm looking for it. I don't know.
No harm if you do find it though.
Yeah. What would you eat with this one then?
So I would have it on its own. I think it's really nice on its own, or as an aperitif, or like a barbecue day for me.
Yeah.
I think it would be. It's just a nice, easy-going.
Yeah.
You know, not
drinking wine, isn't it? Like, yeah.
If we're talking drinkers and thinkers,
you
definitely.
could give this or take this to any event, and know that anyone could drink it and like it.
So this really shows us how.
I wonder how much is to do with age as well. Like it's had another year.
It's only one more year though. The 19 has had 4 years, so I wouldn't expect it to change that much. Although
for a white wine,
mellow out a bit more.
Yeah, for a white wine, 5 years
is like
a good drinking.
And you wouldn't pick this up and say, "Oh yeah, that's an aged wine."
No, you wouldn't. That's so true. You'd still say, "Yeah, young wine, fresh, fruity. It's giving you some." You know.
So for a 2018 vintage, it still tastes very young. And so does the 19.
I think the 18 is my personal favourite. But there's nothing against the 19 at all. It's just the 18.
I thoroughly enjoy them both.
Feeling.
And we're going to have to do something with them so that we can now compare.
We're going to
barrel reserve.
Maybe like just get a champagne flute or something. We'll just be uncouth.
Put them in there.
Yeah.
Be uncouth.
Be so wrong, but so right.
Well, I've got like big round Pinot Noir glasses.
Oh, they'll be fine, yeah.
They're obviously.
So the 2019 then, barrel reserve. So I'll pick this up actually. So this is in the same bottle as they do their Bacchus in. So it's a completely different bottle. So there's no mistaking that it's going to be a different wine. So their tasting notes say the winemaker's special blend of Pinot Noir, Bacchus and Reichensteiner, naturally aged in oak barrels for 12 months.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm just going to pause there.
Yeah.
Naturally aged.
What is
as opposed to
naturally aged?
Yeah, I don't. It's obviously a bit too technical for me, but then it continues. It says this is a limited edition. Love it already. Dry white wine with a wonderful balance of aromatic fruit and complexity. An excellent partner for Dover Soul, turbot or rich. Oh, rich. Got it because of the barrel. Shellfish. Dishes such as scallops and lobster. This is a wine for a gourmand. Is that the right way of saying it? I don't know.
Yeah.
England's answer to a fine white Burgundy.
Oh, we are in.
Yes.
We are
This sounds a bit of us. So this art is different.
So what are we putting in here? other
We
ones.
maybe put the barrel, because if it's
Think?
got oak, it might work
okay.
better with a bit of
Go for
air. So this artwork, completely different. So the Sussex Reserve was a bit
It's quite
darker
yes,
and moodier.
definitely.
This one I really like.
fun.
It feels like it's more of a summer setting.
Agree.
So some of you can see this. So it looks like in the background there's the poplar trees or whatever they are for protection. There's loads of blue sky. There's the vine leaves. There's the colour. It's beautiful. There's loads. I mean, she's obviously a very talented lady.
And the red tomatoes.
And the red tomatoes, they called it, didn't they?
Yeah.
So for those of you that maybe aren't so familiar with Nutbourne, so they're in West Sussex, which everyone knows is like the sort of beating heart of English wine. And they have been there for many, many years. They're extremely well established. But as well as doing the wines, they also have a love for food. So they're a flavour-loving family, I would say.
And also they're very creative.
Very creative. So they have restaurants. We've been to one in London, haven't we?
Yes.
Which
was it called Sussex?
Delicious, yeah, called
Sussex
Sussex.
restaurant.
And as well as that, in the vineyard, Olivia, if you go to the other episode, you'll obviously hear it. But for those of you that haven't yet caught up, Olivia was saying they're just doing some special nights at the vineyard. So they do burger and bubbles, and the burgers are made from their cows that they have there, and they're reared by them and everything. So you can't get sort of better than that. Then all of their restaurant food, they grow a load of it, so like the tomatoes. And yeah, I kind of fell in love with that because it's so wholesome.
Yeah, I wish it were down my road.
Around the family and what's great for the family and what the family want to achieve.
And they all support one another.
Oh, yeah, like...
got a really holistic approach to sustainability, which I love.
So actually, there's... WineGB have this now sustainable sort of award
of Great Britain.
It's not really an award, is it? It's something you sign up for.
It's
like a pledge or a, you know. And they are
you have to meet various criteria
involved in that. So I really like that about them.
Yeah, it was really interesting speaking with Peter Gladwin about bottles in particular,
the weight
because
of the bottles.
He was saying, you know, there's only so much you can do when it comes to wine. Because, you're smiling.
We need to talk about this.
Becky just had a sniff. When it comes to wines, the biggest issue in terms of sustainability is the glass bottles.
Heavy glass bottles.
It's the real sticking point.
Something that he was saying, actually, which was really interesting, is glass bottles for a lot of consumers equal... or the heaviness or the darkness, you know, whatever it is, how they look, equals luxury, equals quality. So you cannot have one trailblazer that has a lighter, thinner type bottle, which is better for the environment, but a consumer, consciously or unconsciously, would pick up that bottle and go, oh, maybe it's not quite as good.
And we are guilty of it.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, I'm absolutely sure.
Yeah.
And so what he was saying is really what they need to do is all have this little pact and buy the same bottle so that it's better for the environment because it's a lighter bottle, but no one is affected sales-wise because the consumer only can pick that bottle. So it's not going to be, you know, people or businesses are being rewarded still for using the heavier bottle. So it's fascinating what they're trying to... They really are thinking bigger and thinking about the wider implication of this. But really interestingly, there is currently no government help for English vineyards, English winemakers. So,
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's poor, isn't it? That's poor from the government to not support actual homegrown produce.
I mean, it's such a rapidly growing industry at the moment that it would make sense
for the government to get hold of it,
to get on board,
and go, we're going to champion this. We're going to give you an incentive, duties, you know, whatever it is. So anyway, let's talk about this wine.
Right. So
I literally sniffed it and went, coconut.
So yes,
done.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the only other wine that I have smelt that's like this is in the same-ish area, and that's Bluebell. Do you remember when they did a limited release Chardonnay
yes,
barrel
I
oak?
do. Yes. Okay.
And that was coconutty vibes, wasn't it?
Well, that was more coconut than this.
Do you think?
Personally,
I think this
I
this
think so. Or maybe
just
I've
gives me coconut.
got it in too big a glass,
now.
and all the aromas have fallen out.
I mean, you get the creamy.
I'm getting like citrus.
Do you?
Yeah.
But like orange.
I was gonna say lemon, but like a
really?
really ripe lemon, like a sweet lemon.
I get like burnt orange.
Oh, okay. This is very interesting.
Yeah. I feel like
So-
this is a end of the night. That's what it is. It's
smells
giving me a bit of a
really
whiskey vibe.
gorgeous.
Yeah. It's like an end of the night drink. That's when I drink a whiskey.
like a pudding drink.
Yeah, like that's why
Oh
I'm
my goodness.
in my
me.
head sat on the sofa.
So-
Probably should go to bed.
Oh, go on then, just one more.
Yeah,
Just
have a
half
night
a glass.
nap.
Oops,
Yeah.
a bit too much.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It smells amazing though. Like
It
I'm
does smell
100%
amazing.
into this already.
So it's my
so
understanding.
different to these Sussex
Oh my
Reserves.
goodness, yeah. I'm just gonna smell them all side by side.
Oh, I can't stop smelling this. I don't want to put it down.
It's quite different. Yeah, oh my goodness me. So it's my understanding that when it came to producing the Sussex Reserve in 2019, the winemakers said, yes, crack on, let's do it. But this is also an opportunity to do something else with this field blend. Why don't we try putting it in oak for 12 months? So it is my understanding that the only difference between the 2019 Sussex Reserve and the 2019 Barrel Reserve is 12 months in oak. So I would expect that this wine is a bit mellower, rounder, obviously oaky. We've already mentioned coconut, oaky notes, coconut, vanilla, etc., etc., etc.
Burnt orange, I said, which I guess is like the smokiness coming from the barrel.
Smokiness, 100%. Yeah, I would expect it to maybe not be as fresh as the 2019. Maybe a bit more
it's
mellow.
A bit darker.
It is a bit darker.
Well.
Yeah,
it's
that's
got a
always
bit of a
interesting
vibe
how
to
that
it.
affects. It's quite golden in colour, whereas the others have a hint of green to them.
So the tasting card says England's answer to a fine white Burgundy. Now, just on the nose of this, though, I'm not getting white Burgundy. I actually get white Bordeaux.
I just think you can't get white Burgundy if it's not Chardonnay.
Ah, that's your opinion.
Summary.
Your vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just getting from the nose. It's more white Bordeaux.
I see what they're
Burgundy.
going for. Bordeaux. So I don't know what grapes they use in white Bordeaux.
So it gives you a bit more of a heavier, deeper, and almost sometimes like a syrupy, like more syrupy flavour. Obviously we've not even tasted this yet, so it might be. But that's just what I'm getting from the nose. Oh yeah.
I mean, if you were to put the Sussex Reserve and the Barrel Reserve in front of me, I would not ever come to the conclusion that they were the same grapes.
And the same vintage.
I just wouldn't know.
It's like the only thing that's different is the...
Okay, so actually, I thought it was going to be smoother, mellower than it is. It actually is still super, super fresh.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. It's like fresh with oak, if you know what I mean. It's not. Yes. It's not heavy and creamy.
It's not. No.
It's not like, because some of them you can get like it's apple pie and custard, or
it's almost more like that on the nose. You get more of the oak on the nose than on the actual palate.
I would like this.
Maybe it needs to warm up a bit.
I would like this with a lobster thermidor.
Oh. That sounds
That's where I went.
Okay.
I really enjoy it. And I'm getting like a longer finish. And I'm like still getting different flavours as it's like
I like
settling,
that. So you think it's enhanced,
I'm like licking
its complexity?
Yeah, I'm like licking my lips, licking my teeth, licking my... I'm like, where else can
a bit more of that, please.
Yeah, where else can I go with this? It's really nice.
I prefer the unoaked.
2019?
The 18's my favourite.
Yeah.
Then the 19, then this.
Then the
personally,
oak.
Yeah.
I would say...
But I see exactly what you mean, and I do think that it has enhanced the flavours and provided a completely different character of wine, which can only be a bonus.
And your personal taste
is generally unoaked.
So I would be extremely surprised. Well, even if you did go for this, then I think that would mean it was probably like a different kind of oak style.
Very interesting. Yeah. I used to be not anti-oak. That's not fair, but I used to say I didn't like oak Chardonnay. Which I've, seen the light now.
Clearly.
Obviously.
I think also because a lot of people in England are really only oaking Chardonnay. So that you taste this.
It's very different, isn't it?
Yeah, and you taste this and you're almost expecting it to taste like an oak Chardonnay.
Yes.
But it's not.
Yes.
It's an oaked.
And then they said white Burgundy, and that got in my head as well.
I can get that. I get the sort of follow through from white Burgundy. I do agree with that.
I find it really citrusy.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
I'm not getting major citrus.
That's so interesting.
I'm getting like, as I say, like orangey, smoky, like. And it's more of a serious drink. It's more of a thinker.
Yes. I see your whiskey comparison, definitely. Gosh, it's so interesting, isn't it?
I really enjoy it.
So they've all done, some of the things that we would expect them, or they all taste, like some of the things that we would have expected from them, but not all of the things that we would expect from them. So that's
what would you have this one with? I said lobster thermidor. Where do you go?
Okay, where would I go with this? Do you know what? I would just like it with some grilled fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm getting a lot of like ripe citrus, lemony, like you squeeze your lemon all over your fish. That's what true. I think that's the vibes I'm getting from this wine, which is not what I would have expected to get.
Yeah, I'm getting more of I want some sort of creamy element, so that's why I'm like, not just lobster, lobster thermidor,
indeed. Love it.
Or I could put it with like some sort of lobster pasta. I want the lobster, but I also want a little bit more to the lobster.
Yeah. No, I see.
Not that I'm going to have that for my dinner, which is now really disappointing. Like talking myself into all these dinners.
Go get a lobster.
Go get a lobster on a Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
Okay, so
go on.
Also let's talk about pricing, because Nat Bourne are
ridiculously good value.
Yeah, notoriously good value.
Yeah. Agreed.
So for these wines at like £15-ish, I would say that was exceptional value. And I would definitely be picking these babies up.
So we personally have maybe 2 bottles of the Sussex Reserve 2018.
Yeah, we've got one officially, but we can find another 3.
Okay. Mysterious.
Don't ask me how that works, because it's a secret. But
okay.
Yes. But yeah, and Olivia did say that they were like on to the 19 now, didn't she? So
if you want the 18,
you need to message us.
Fan favour of ours,
individually, just on the sly, and see if we can tap into our special reserves.
Yes, we absolutely will be able to do that for you. Oh, this has been wonderful. Hasn't it?
It really has, and I'm like sipping away at this. I don't feel like I can go back to the
I am
Sussex Reserves now.
Fully back to the 18 personally.
18?
So interesting. Yes, definitely.
You're a fan fave 18 Sussex Reserve.
I am, yes. Well, there we go.
There we go. That was amazing.
This is it. We've actually managed to condense this one. So normally we bang on for
hours.
Over an hour.
You're welcome, guys.
I'm very conscious that we've spoke about Nut Bourne in the previous episode in quite detail, and then B, I don't think people necessarily like watching us just sip away. So
no. But really good to do if you wanted to do yourself.
Yes.
And also, I know I've said it before about us doing tastings, but if a vertical tasting or a vertical and then a different style is your sort of interest level, we are more than happy to source back vintages of wines as well, and do vertical tastings too.
Definitely. In fact, I would
It's really
be
interesting, isn't it?
very happy if you were to request that,
Yeah.
because I want to do
You
it
want to do it
again.
too? Oh, well, this has been so interesting.
This has been really
We should do more of
interesting.
these.
We should do more of these, yes. Thank you very much to Nutborn for supplying us with these wines for this episode. Thank you for your time earlier on in the week. We hope that everybody looks into Nutborn. We've got a little Nutborn page on our website. If you go to the website, go browse wines, and then it says producer list, and then you click Nutborn. They're all on there, and it's got a little bit of background about the family themselves, or head over to their website. It's all on there as well. But yes, we've thoroughly enjoyed learning all about them. I feel like we know them really well now, which is lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice.
It always helps, doesn't it? And yeah, I'm really looking forward to, well, their whole range actually is spectacular. We've not really talked about the rest of the wines that they do, but let me just think for a moment. Yes, I would say that they are my favourite still wine producer in Sussex. I would.
Okay, bold statement.
So I know I like to say this like often. I often say that what I'm tasting right now is my favourite. But
you are fickle.
I am. Yes, gust of wind, and I've changed my mind. But anyway, I think they're amazing. The Pinot Noir specifically, it was our bestseller last month or this month, since we've restocked, basically. Yeah, people saw that it was restocked and went and bought a load. The hedgerow's great, the Bacchus is great.
I love the hedgerow.
The
hedgerow's
Nutty
a bit
Wild,
sweeter,
yes.
Which is really nice. I know loads of people are a little bit put off when they hear it's a bit of a sweeter wine, but it's really easy drinking.
It's really
so
well balanced.
Nice.
It's not sweet in that you taste it and go, oh, that's sweet. No, it's very subtly sweet.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Really delicious. The Blush is historically a bestseller of ours. The Nutty Vintage is a favourite of mine. I compare it to Bollinger, and I do that confidently. I believe you would agree. Yeah. Is that all of their wines? Have I listed them all?
Yes, with the other one that we tasted the other day as well.
The
obviously,
Nutty Wild. Yeah. You need to get on that. And yes, I was going to say the Blush, but I already said that.
Yes. There we go.
They're all wonderful.
Give them a go.
Do give them a go. Let us know how you feel about them. Subscribe to our channel or subscribe to our podcast. Send us a message to say that you've done so. We'll send you a voucher code. And yes, happy drinking. Happy bank holiday weekend. Hopefully I'll get this uploaded by the end of the weekend. Can take hours, days sometimes.
Yeah, to actually upload. Thank you so much, guys. And if anything that you want us to talk about or want us to taste, then you can obviously let us know. But yeah, I would say cheers, but
oh, sorry,
I've got like the tiniest little drop left.
There's more, don't worry.
God, thank God, quick. Pour me a glass and then we can cheers.
Cheers.